I'm Peter Haddock. I'm here on the Hexagon stand in Bauma 2022, and I found an old friend of mine, Gareth. Gareth, we've known each other for a long time.
We have, yes.
And you used to work for a contractor in the UK, and now you've actually come and to introduce AGTEK to the actual UK marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I've got a history from an engineering background, setting out engineer, working on a lot of the main infrastructure jobs in the country at the time. The big one for me was obviously the M6 toll road.
Yep.
And then I migrated from that to an earthworks contractor, so worked for CA Blackwells for 9 years. Garnered a lot of knowledge and understanding of big mass bulk earthworks operations. And then I thought, you know, I'd progressed so far in that, sitting at management, managing big bulk earthworks jobs. I thought, let me go back a bit to my core and a bit to my passion. So as you rightly point out, I went to a Midlands-based groundworks contractor and really helped them expand their machine control fleet.
Yep.
And we took the fleet from 5 or 6 items of machine control to nearly 35,
Yep.
with it on excavators, on dozers and compaction plants.
Well, if you've got someone like Gareth who's this enthusiastic about the software, it's certainly doing something right. I've had a look into the software with Gareth earlier this morning, and Gareth, what really strikes me is, like you say, the simplicity of it. From a PDF, uses Google Maps and things like that.
Yeah.
All the stuff that we can see allows people to change levels and value engineer to actually not start a job, but the biggest thing is to win it, isn't it?
100%, yeah. When we cover Hexagon heavy construction has 5 stages to the life cycle of a construction phase, and we believe that we cover 2 to 4. So we take you from pre-construction tender through operations through to as-built, and everything can be done in the one system. Where we're really powerful is basically absorbing information. Whatever you're going to get at that tender stage, PDFs, XMLs, CAD information, 2D or 3D, we're there to absorb that. We can get it into our system, and we've got the simple tools, but simple although powerful tools. Simple is the wrong thing to say, but that's the philosophy, is keep it simple. But those simplistic tools are so powerful to take whatever information is thrown at you, 2D, 3D. If it's 2D, we've got the tools to convert it to 3D. Whatever information that is, PDFs, we'll convert the PDF to usable line work, we vectorize it, and we can use that to do the takeoff and to build the models from. You come to start to look at materials, we can tell you the tonnage of stone that you need to import to the job, we'll analyse the drainage, which I think is something that we don't, I don't say do properly in the UK, but something I think we massively undervalue is actually understanding the work entailed in excavating our drainage. You know, a lot of our traditional takeoffs rely on some convoluted spreadsheet we've been adding to for the past decade, but the spreadsheet is taking a straight line, cover to cover, invert to invert.
Yeah.
Well, because we're doing it in one environment, we import the invert levels, but we've got a 3D model in the background, so we know our trench volumes are accurate. We've got the flexibility to measure from design, to measure from subgrade, to measure from existing or to measure from stripped. And it's just one change of a button and we can recalculate the entire thing in a live database and spreadsheet for you.
And it's so live, folks, that I know a contractor that's been using this in the UK,
Yes.
well, actually in Wales, Rob Morris Groundworks. I've been to see them, and they could show me, literally, at the click of a button, where they raise a level and how much earth and they could save from being moved off-site.
100%. So even as part of our earthworks quantities report, we give you a value engineering option at stage 1. When we give you the cut fill figures, we give you a figure which will be the adjustment per 100 mil. So without you even needing to think about it, you've got your first VE.
Yeah.
So you know if I lift that site 100 mil, this is my balance, whether I need import or export, that's what it's going to cost me, or save the client by one minor adjustment of 3 inches. Yeah.
And what's really important about that, folks, is those minor adjustments can be done because you're using machine control to get those levels and get them
100%,
right.
so it gives you a surety throughout the entire process. Coming back to my iteration of we go from pre-construction through to construction through to the as-built, so we cover off everything, every eventuality through the actual physical construction phase. Yeah. Coming back to Rob Morris, of course, Rob Morris in South Wales is kind of a really special case in the epitome of the people that AGTEK want to and the people that AGTEK can empower, because he's come along, he's looked for a solution from ground one because they're a forward-thinking company. Yep. He knows he needs to get in technology, and where he is in South Wales in the valleys, he knows that nobody really has got that technology down there. So fair play to Rob, hats off to the guy. He has contacted Hexagon, contacted Leica in the UK and said, right, I have a vision, how do I get there? Yep. So the first part of the vision is, well, before you think about adopting the technology on the machines, we have to make sure the data is correct.
Yeah.
So they've adopted AGTEK and they've integrated it through their whole company.
Yep.
And I believe there is a video either out or is due out where the company talk about how it has changed the way they go about business. It's taken them from doing jobs in the hundreds of thousands of value to jobs in the tens of millions of value, because they're confident in their tenders, because they've done it through the AGTEK system, and they know that whatever they've tendered has gone straight out onto the Leica machine control, and that's what they're going to be building to.
And they've even, folks, taken the journey. You can have a little car that drives around the models and actually shows people in real time. And that company was able to do that in the tender process, taking people down, literally pulling down something and saying, let's remove that 10 mil, and then showing the client how they could do that. That's collaboration. That's AGTEK, folks, and this is Gareth, who is so passionate about it. That now we've got him in the UK, you can actually make it UK specific. All the training and everything else coming through yourself.
100%.
You understand the industry.
That's the benefit that I have to a lot of people that you might come across. I've been there, I've done it, I know what the pain points are. And my sentiment to everyone is I really wish I'd known about AGTEK 10 years ago, because I wouldn't be bald and I wouldn't be grey.
You've now got that job of helping other people do what you've done already. You know, and taking that knowledge throughout the industry to use technology in the right way, to win work, to do it properly, to then actually make sure the client can see it's done and as built. All makes sense. Of course, folks, when you've got technology like this, it also works on a mobile device. I've stolen Gareth's mobile device. Gareth, we see the model here where we've got a site manager tool like this,
100%.
or a tablet that can be on site behind us there. Wow, this takes us from the engineer on the site to the actual site manager in one suite.
As I say, when we started talking, you know, we're there to absorb information, but we're also mindful we've got to get a simple way to get that information out to the field. So we do two things and we do them really well. One that we do is we get the information out as quickly as we can to Google Earth, because Google Earth is a free resource and you can review that information there. So we want you to get the information out, once you've calculated it, get the information out of AGTEK as quick as you can and send it around your team, because everyone's got access to Google. Okay? So it's a simple way to sit and do your tender reviews. You know, if you have got that, sit in front of the board, sit in front of your MDs and justify your costing, review it in Google. You can click on an item and it's going to give you the cut fill for that individual plot. You can click on it in materials and it's going to give you all the material requirements on each individual breakdown. And then by taking that a step further, as Peter rightly says, we split it out to mobile apps. So we have two mobile apps, one which covers the earthworks perspective and one which takes the materials in the ground and the pipework out into the field. So this is just a mobile phone, any tablet that you've got, and anyone can walk around, and it is simple as enough as click what you need to see.
And also in the morning, you go, right, you know, we did this yesterday because we got the as-built, and you can go, right, actually, I think we can do 3 plots here and 2 there.
So not only is it helping you plan and be productive during the construction phase, if you want to take it that step further, I actually have companies that are using that for their valuations.
Right.
Because it's going to show you where you are on the site as you're moving around. So you give that to the QS, the QS is walking around, he draws his region, he presses the button, and he knows what materials and what earthworks he's completed, so he can put his valuation in for the month.
Right, fantastic. Oh my goodness, it's so simple. Everything is taken away, all these numbers, all these things, so that you can physically be on site doing the job. The value of the people in this industry has grown dramatically when we got the skill shortage as well, folks. And what we've got here is the ability to take away all of that mundane calculation. And if you get a calculation point wrong, you've got a big problem. And therefore, what we can do is deliver these projects on time, on budget. Everybody can make their margins effectively, and we're under control of the journey. And the customers can come along with us because they can just click onto Google Maps and see
the philosophy, you need to keep it simple.
If
you keep it simple, it helps the adoption. If you have those two, you're going to make money.
Fantastic. So it's fantastic to see Gareth in the UK having all the knowledge that he's got from earthworks and doing the construction jobs and the engineering himself. Gareth thinks it's super simple, folks. Honestly, it's certainly going to be simple. Gareth, you're here to support all of these people like Rob Moyes Groundworks to get involved in technology.
From the small contractor to the tier 1s to tier 2s, AGTEK has a solution for everybody.
Fantastic, and we're here at Bauma 2022 showing everybody exactly that. Great to see you. Cheers.
Good. Thank you, Peter.